Dear listeners, segment 3 of the Soule of Wisdom for today. Congratulations, you've found the place that you should be. You know how I know this? How do I know it?
I don't know. How?
I don't either.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was wondering if you knew how I knew that.
No.
I just feel like they're where they should be. They
That's
should be
fair.
listening to us right now.
Yeah.
So, continue listening to us. Like, subscribe, share, do all those things.
Yeah.
That is all we ask. So, producer wife Beth, if you were out running, okay? Because I know that you are apt to do that.
Forrest Gump doesn't like to run over here, but sure, okay.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's just pretend.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If you were out running and somebody came up in a threatening manner and it looked like they were going to attack you, what would I want you to do?
Break their nose into their brain
That works.
with the heel of my hand.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, apparently being attacked as you're running has become a thing. Just like everything else all of a sudden is a thing.
See, that's why I don't like running.
Well, yeah, but you like shopping and they're getting robbed everywhere.
Yeah, I do most of that online now because we stopped leaving the house when the virus of unknown origin hit.
Well, that's fair. Okay. Well, in any case, it's like a thing now to
Yeah.
Get assaulted while you rob. While you
rob?
run. While you right? That is not a thing. No, you can rob all you want. Nobody's going to touch you.
That would be funny, though, if a flash mob showed up and started robbing the first flash mob.
Like nested mobs. I like it.
Oh.
That's maybe we
There's
should
prediction here.
maybe
Just
we
wait
should
for it.
yeah, like competing ones. Like they come in and they're like, you're in our territory.
Yeah.
But I want one of them to break out and dance
I know, I do too.
as they're stealing. That's what I want to see. All right, so now that we're off track,
Yes.
back to the whole thing, the running.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's just go to the article.
That's a mess.
It's a mess, yeah. Okay, so this from Fox News. It says how runners can stay safe from attackers. So last Thursday morning, 2 women who were out for a jog, or as Ron Burgundy surmised, it was a soft J, a yog. They were attacked and sexually assaulted in New York City. In Port Huron, Michigan, last Monday, a woman was assaulted while she was yogging. In Marlborough, New Jersey, another woman was attacked while she was yogging in a park. And there are other incidences that were reported in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Dayton, Ohio, and Houston, Texas, among others. So, along those lines, Fox has presented us with this lovely advice on what to do if you're out yogging and somebody attempts to assault you.
Okay. Let's see what we can learn here.
Yeah, so the first thing they recommend is that you run in public and mix up your routine. So to be in areas where other people are present, make sure there are witnesses to help you stay safe, do different running routes so people can't learn where you go. There's probably some good advice there, except for the whole be out in public thing, because many joggers go out early in the morning.
Yeah, and furthermore, just because you're around other people doesn't mean they're going to help you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just look at the New York subway system where you can get raped and nobody's going to
do anything about
it. Do anything about that. Yeah, they'll just watch, which is really perverse.
Yeah, didn't people record it on their phone?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Good Lord. It says you can share your location with a trusted friend or relative. I'm not sure how that's going to prevent the assault, but okay. It's still good to let people know where you're going to be, I guess.
It can help prove it afterwards, especially if you had like a Fitbit or something like that, because it would show your progress and then your progress would stop.
Yeah.
It would give a timeline. That doesn't really prevent it though, but
no. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Be alert and aware of your surroundings. Isn't that always good advice?
Yes. I don't think a lot of people do that though.
Well, no, they don't. Have you ever been through a store
yeah.
as people are standing in the middle of the aisle blocking everybody and they have no friggin' clue that they're doing that because they have no awareness of what's around them? So yeah.
I usually err on the side of more paranoid than less.
Yes, you do. And that's okay. Have good spatial awareness. That's that other thing that I just talked about.
Yeah, I don't like when people are up in my space either.
Mm-hmm. It says, use your voice and a personal alarm if you have one. When a boundary is crossed, runners should also say something out loud to the person who crossed the boundary. In a loud, deep tone, say something like, back off, get away from me, don't touch me, I'm calling 911, whatever that's going to be. Yell loudly, try to get attention. Okay. Call for backup if you can. Runners should use their phone to call a friend or 911 for help. Okay. And then finally, the last tip in this long line of tips, defend yourself. If someone gets to the point where they have to call for help, they might still have to defend themselves while they wait for backup. At that point, the person should think, what can I do in this moment to defend myself against the attacker? If someone feels comfortable carrying pepper spray, they could use that. If that's not an option, use your body as a weapon. And then they recommend like self-defense training. Okay.
I feel like if you're going to go out, you should kind of always have a plan in the back of your head anyway. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I didn't particularly grow up in like a terrible neighborhood or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't well-to-do by any stretch, but it wasn't rough. I wouldn't call it rough, but I was always tiny and underweight and a girl, so I always just kind of had those instincts of I don't want people up in my space, and I don't necessarily trust people's intents.
Yeah, that's fair. My whole thing, and this goes into stuff that I've been saying. The other day we did the show about the whole flash mob robbery thing, and how I feel like one of the biggest things is we've been taught from childhood to try to avoid confrontation and adversity and things like that.
Yes.
Which has bred us to the point where we now just allow it to happen.
Yes.
Okay. So it was interesting to me, first of all, that we had to point out in this article to do things like be aware of what's around you.
Yeah.
That just drives me insane. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, because we haven't been taught that there's, evil and adversity in the world, that we don't get these instincts to avoid it, like you were just talking about.
Yeah.
But my biggest issue is that the very last thing that was recommended was to actually defend yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. In my world, that's the first thing, which is why I was happy with your response of, well, I'm going to drive his nose into his brain.
Yeah.
Good. Because that is what should be the first thing on your mind. Not, I mean, this isn't Millionaire. You don't phone a friend here.
No, and I like how they keep, bringing up you can call somebody. If somebody is attacking you, you don't have time to pull out your cell phone, and they're going to knock it out of your hand anyway. Your hands, if your hand has something in it, it should be your keys between your fingers, because you can use it as a weapon.
Yeah. Exactly. But it drove me insane that that was the very last thing that they recommended. That should be the first thing, because let's be honest about everything else that they talked about. First of all, if you're not aware of your surroundings, if you don't have spatial awareness, if you don't know what's going on around you, you're already dumb. And you need to fix that straight away. You should always know what's going on around you.
How many times have I pointed out weird stuff? Remember that time in undisclosed, I'm not going to say which mall, but we were walking through a mall, and it was after a movie let out, and we were being followed, and I was like, we're being followed by that dude. And you're like, what dude? And I'm like, that dude. Mm-hmm. I'm always aware of creepy people.
Yep, no, you need to be. So, and then the first thing they recommend is, call for help, phone a friend, phone 911. Okay. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Molly? Yeah, I've got this dude who's about to attack me. Can you come help? Oh, you're just getting out of the shower? Oh, okay. Well, when can you be here?
Yeah.
Oh, 20 minutes? Okay. You think I should maybe call Greg? You think Greg could help? Oh, yeah, he's out of town, isn't he? Okay. And then by then you've been bashed over the head.
Yeah.
Okay. Or call 911. Okay? Because, and this isn't knocking on law enforcement, but it ain't like there's one on every damn corner.
No.
Okay? What was the average police response time in the U.S.? Isn't it like 12 minutes or something like that?
It's high.
It's a long time.
Let me see if I can find an answer.
Okay. By then, you're assaulted. So, from that standpoint, while producer wife tries to find that answer for me, I think the very first thing that you have to understand, the very first thing that you have to do is that realize that you are responsible for yourself. You have to take initiative. You have to go on the defensive. And I don't necessarily have a problem with their other recommendation of, get loud, shout. Maybe if you've got a rookie coming at you, it'll be enough to scare them away.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's lower than I thought. It's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, you're still assaulted. You can't rely.
But that's an average, so
yeah.
It could be longer.
Yeah. But bottom line is you can't rely on them for immediate help. They're great if there's like a hostage situation or they need to do cleanup and investigation after the fact. They're not going to stop most crimes in progress unless you just happen to get lucky and they're right there.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens, but it's not always. It's rare. So I get back to it. I get the whole idea of, yell and scream and whatnot and, make a scene. But while you're doing that, you better be making a fist, preferably as producer wife suggested, with your keys sticking out between your knuckles. And you need to drive that fist into that attacker's face hard.
Yeah.
And you need to realize some facts here. All right? Odds are you're going to come out of this hurting.
Yes.
Okay? But at that point, the idea is you need to be alive. So all other priorities are rescinded. If you break every finger on your hand because you hit them hard enough, you'll get through it.
Yeah.
And you'll be happy with yourself that you did because you got through it. All right? But if you are trying to rely on all these other ideas to help you defend yourself, I feel sorry for you because that's not going to work.
Well, the other thing that they didn't point out, which to me, again, is like common sense, but if you're running, like the people who are running in parks and stuff, especially if you happen to be aware of your surroundings and notice there's somebody creepy out there, start looking for things as you're running. A big jagged branch, a large rock you can throw at their head. There's things that can be used as weapons, and they're all around you.
Exactly. Just be aware of what's going on around you, and if need be, go on the offensive. And understand that it's probably not going to be pleasant, but the alternative is worse.
Yeah.
And frankly, if you get aggressive with a lot of these criminals, a lot of them are going to be freaked out by it.
Yeah.
And they're going to run.
Yeah.
Because it's not what they're expecting.
No, they're not looking to get hurt.
No, and they're not stupid either. They know that we're all being taught to just give in, give them what they want, play it safe, all those things.
They're not looking for a challenge.
No, because they count on the idea that they're not going to have a challenge. So if you bring them a challenge, it is probably the safest thing to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not a self-defense expert. I am not in law enforcement. I can't officially give that kind of advice. These are just my views on it. And my views on it are what I would do and what I would encourage producer wife to do is to go on the aggressive, be on offense.
Yeah.
Because other people aren't around the corner to just save you. So I wish they would have written that article differently.
Me too.
But if you have a different viewpoint, I would love to hear it. Questions@soulwisdom.com, or if you are on YouTube or Rumble, you can leave a comment, and we would be happy to discuss it further in a future episode.
Yeah.
So please do. Let me know what you think on this matter, because my views are fairly clear, but I'm curious what everybody else's is.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
We are done for today. We should go do things like work on dinner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. You folks have a great day. Again, please do visit us, soulwisdom.com. When you have a moment, you'll like what you find there because I just told you that you're going to like it. So obey me. All right, that's it for today. You folks take care, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.